Hi everyone, welcome to today's tutorial, which is going to be about crow pose, aka Bakasana. Crow pose is often the first arm balance that we begin to go into in our practice, and I really believe that anyone can do this. We just need to know a few little things to help us along the way, build a bit of strength, mainly build confidence, and we'll get there. So no matter what size, age, weight, whatever you are, we can do this. It's about you getting to know your own body as much as it is anything else. So I'm going to lead us through a few little drills that I like to do for my own practice, and then we'll see how we get on. I've got a brick by my side because I'm going to use that at some point as a little modification for those that haven't got the toes off the floor yet. So if you do want to use a brick, or you could also use some books, anything that kind of resembles a yoga brick, that may help you. Great, let's get to it. Now, the first thing I like to do when I come into a preparation for crow pose is actually come into a position called tiger dog. Now, tiger dog is a little bit like downward facing dog, only you bend your knees. So spread your fingers out wide, tuck the toes, lift the knees off the floor, keep the knees really bent and push the bum back. And you're really pressing out through your hands as well. Keep those knees bent, drop the head through the arms and find as much length in the spine as you possibly can. So keeping these knees bent here, this is what's going to make it into this tiger dog. You're really clawing through the hands and it's as if you're about to sort of pounce forward, right? That's where it kind of gets its name from. Now with tiger dog, you keep your knees bent and this is where we're constantly going to come back to. When you breathe in, bring your right knee forward to try and tap the back of the right tricep or maybe the elbow. Exhale, step back into tiger dog, bend the knees. And again, inhale, bring your left knee forward towards the back of the left tricep. Exhale, take your left foot back. And really, I want you to just keep practicing this, clawing the fingers into the floor so you get really strong through the hands, the arms, the whole of the upper body. And I have a tutorial as well on yoga hands if you need to watch that as well. And then just keep flowing this out, bending the knees as you exhale back. Inhale, try and get those knees right up the back of the arms. And this is what's going to target the core muscles and the abdominals right now. And then once you've had about enough of that, you lower your knees down, have a little moment to break. Turn the palms up towards the sky. Let it all out, maybe in a little child's pose. So those are the kind of positions and those are the kind of postures that are going to help build strength in your practice. So whenever you can, do a few of those, kind of like slow, intense mountain climbers. Then I'm going to bring us forward into more of a forward fold. So maybe work from that tiger dog, walk your feet up towards your hands, more into the middle of the mat. Now I want you to start with your feet relatively close together. Bend your knees, really bend the knees. They're designed to be bent, so bend them. Bring your hands towards the floor. And first of all, lift the crown of the head forward. Imagine you're doing a bit of a back bend here. A little arch in the spine, chest forward, have that nice stretch down the back of the legs. And then exhale, let the belly drop towards your thighs. Now spread your hands out really wide like stars. Claw your fingers into the ground and push the floor away. So already you are setting your upper body up for some good success right now. Keep your feet together, keep the knees bent. Bend your elbows like you're doing a chaturanga, so like a press-up position in your vinyasa. Inhale, straighten it up. Now when you bend your elbows, you're basically hugging the forearms in, rather than letting the elbows slide out to the side. Bend the elbows in, hug the forearms towards one another, and then straighten it up. And what this does is it tends to broaden the space between the shoulder blades just that little bit more. Clawing the fingertips the whole time. You've got your gaze at them. Just make sure that those index fingers and the thumb mounds also press into the ground. Now, once you've got that going on, you want to keep that chaturanga, bend in the elbows. Hold that there. Lift up onto your tiptoes. Keep the knees bent. And bring your knees up to the armpits or the triceps where they were before when you were coming into your tiger dog. Now you're going to start to shift the weight forward, keeping the feet together. You look forward, out in front of you. And then as you exhale, Shift the weight back. Now, this is a little drill I'm going to get us to do. Keep your knees up against your triceps or your armpits and bring your hands out in front of you. The main thing I want right now is that your knees stay glued to the arms. Then you're going to repeat that. Hands down, hips up, bend your elbows, look forward, shift the weight forward. And then shift the weight back again. You are not bringing your feet off the floor yet. You're bringing your hands off and on. One more time, shift the weight forward, keep the knees attached to the backs of the arms. And what this is doing is it's encouraging the hips to go high whilst keeping the knees bent. And then bring yourself back into that neutral position. So you've got your hands on the ground, the knees up towards your armpits, look forward. Then as you shift the weight forward this time, keep your left foot on the floor, point the right toes and lift the right foot up towards your right sit bones. Exhale, sit back. Hands off the ground, keep the knees up against the armpits, and repeat to the other side. Hands down, look forward, left foot just lifts. Exhale, left foot down. Stay with your breath. Sometimes, and it's so easy to hold the breath when you come into these arm balances or any kind of balance. So you can keep practicing that little shift forward and back, adding in your feet. If you want to do this with your feet on a brick to help encourage that lift, then grab your brick or your books, whatever you want to use. Start with your feet on them. Set yourself up the same way that you would have done before. Hands down, bend your knees, knees right up to the armpits, look forward, hips high, and then lift one foot off, sit back down again, and try it to the other side. You might not want to bring your hands off the floor in that one, might be a bit wobbly. Then once you've built up your confidence and you know that it's about shifting the weight forward, lifting the hips, engaging the core, spreading the space between the shoulder blades, pushing the floor away, lots of things here, clawing down through the fingertips, then maybe both of the feet come off the ground or off the brick. So we'll try that here. If you haven't got the lift yet, just keep practicing those few things, right? If you have the lift, hips high, push the ground away, claw down through your fingertips. You can kind of see how active my hands are right now. Shift the weight forward. Now I want you to look forward. If you look down to the ground, then that's probably where you're going to go. It's a bit more like a roly-poly. Now without crunching the neck, you look forward. Then lift one foot off the floor or the brick, and then the other. If you have your feet off, tap the toes together. There's a point of contact here which is going to help you with your balance. Point the toes, make sure that everything is active, and then you lower it down. Hey presto. Now, eventually you can get rid of the bricks, you can get rid of the books, whatever you use, and bring it down to the floor. We'll try it one more time. Hands down, claw your fingers to the floor, lift the hips, knees right up against the armpits. I pretty much really push my knees up into that little crevice there. Shift the weight forward and then trust. Keep looking forward, point the toes, lift the feet off the floor, tap the toes together, push the ground away, super strong, and then exhale, come down when you're ready. Excellent job. Well done. Don't be disheartened, don't be frustrated, don't get angry at yourself if it doesn't happen. You may find if it's very new to you that you'll get some bruises down the backs of your arms. We've all been there. It happens. But it is more important to me that you get those knees up the back of the arms rather than around the side of the arms. Really use your abdominals, pull them in, pelvic floor engagement to get the hips up. All these little pieces take work and attention, but be patient with it. That's pretty much everything I'm going to say about Bakasana Crow. Have fun. And yeah, let me know how you get on. Thanks for joining me today. Namaste.